Police confirming this explosion, and you're seeing these first pictures coming over local Pakistani television right now. We know this is the Shalimar Hotel is where the blast took place, believed to be outside the hotel. It's a four-star hotel, and it's in the heart of Rawalpindi, where there are kind of military institutions, barracks, eating halls in the areas, in the blocks around that area. And we have not ascertained the cause of the explosion thus far or the number of casualties, but suffice to say that after the wave of suicide attacks and deadly car bombings just over the course of the last month, there is a lot of anxiety and fear in Islamabad and neighboring Rawalpindi, and people are going to be watching closely to see what exactly was behind this blast.
Pakistan really has been seriously affected over the last few weeks by terror attacks in almost every major city. How would you describe security in Rawalpindi, given that it is a garrison town?
Well, security was tightened after double suicide bombings at a university between Islamabad and Rawalpindi earlier in October. And they actually closed schools. And also last month we saw an attack on the general headquarters, basically the Pentagon of the Pakistani military in Rawalpindi in October. So there have been a number of attacks there. Security has been tightened. We've seen checkpoints and cars being searched, even to get into supermarkets, really, in this area. That said, the number of soft targets around, whether it's a school or a hotel or a university, it's just impossible to lock everything down right now. And you know that there is a battle raging along the border right now between the Pakistani military and the Pakistani Taliban in the district of South Waziristan. And we've heard threats from the leader of the Pakistani Taliban, Hakimullah Masood, threatening to turn Pakistan into another Afghanistan or an Iraq. So people are very jumpy right now. And there's been an incredible loss of life as a result of these bombings. More than 200 people killed over the course of the last month. And of course, last week's bomb in Peshawar, car bomb, which killed more than 100 people after this bomb erupted in a busy marketplace. We don't know yet the cause, Dawn, of this blast and what is behind it. And we'll be watching closely, and we'll be in touch with Pakistani police and security forces to try to figure out just what exactly happened and the extent of the damage right now. I'm watching on local television on another channel as they're pulling a damaged car from what seems to be the blast site right now. And we're getting reports over Pakistani news. We have to confirm this still, of a number of deaths already as a result of this blast, but we're going to have to watch closely to see what exactly could have been behind this explosion. Don?
Yeah, Ivan, in fact, we've been monitoring GeoTV, our affiliate, as well as you've been speaking. We understand they're reporting that at least 10 people have been killed in this incident, although, of course, we ourselves have to confirm those figures. What will the government response to this be, Ivan, if it transpires that it has been a terrorist attack?
Well, unfortunately, this has become a bit of a ritual now, with these explosions going off on nearly a weekly basis here. I think the explosion in Peshawar really shocked Pakistan, just the sheer extent of that, and that it was not a military target when this car bomb blew up in a busy marketplace, and a large number of women and children who were killed. Again, that death toll, and that was just last week, was more than 100 people killed. In this case, often you see a visit by the Interior Minister, Rehman Malik, to the site of the blast shortly afterwards. We do hear of security forces going out searching for suspects. Sometimes we'll hear about arrests. But basically, this is a two-front war, where you have a conflict taking place in the mountains, in the tribal areas against militants with the military, and then you've seen the cities, Islamabad, Rawalpindi, Lahore, increasingly targeted in these bomb attacks over the course of the past month. it is very much like a two-front war right now. The militants can infiltrate these places and hit targets that continue to surprise and shock not only the Pakistani establishment, the ruling establishment, but also the Pakistani people. And it really has spread fear and anxiety through this population. I've never seen people so tense where you're in a restaurant and if there's a loud noise outside the restaurant, people visibly tense up. They get nervous. And that is the atmosphere in Pakistan today as a result of this escalating conflict.